Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jackie Felix here, coming at you with the patch notes for 8th October 2019. So yeah, let's get started and go over the events for this week's maintenance. For the first part, we have the Season of the Hunt Part 3. And for this event, as you can see, you get item drop rate boost for 50%. So this is essentially applying the Arsha server boost to all the other normal servers, but please be aware that this buff does not stack with the Arsha loot buff, so essentially Arsha server just becomes pretty much a normal server for this event duration. And also this drop rate boost does not apply while gathering and fishing, so be aware of that for you light skillers out there. So part 2 of the event is essentially a login attendance reward, where every day if you play for 30, 60, 90 or 120 minutes you get the rewards as you can see in the image. So essentially if you play for 30 minutes you get a black shard, if you play for 1 hour you get 2 black gem fragments, if you play for 1.5 hours you get 1 moonlight shard, and if you play for 2 hours you get a blessed mission scroll, which is essentially a 200% combat XP and 30% skill XP scroll. Yep, think that covers everything for the events. Let's move on to the next part of the major update today, which is the Kratuga Ancient Ruins, which is a new grind zone in Media. This is located next to the Harash Ruins grind spot, and it says here the recommended AP is around about 250 AP, and it's meant to be a bridging point between the earlier grind spots and Ackman or Histria, so this would be recommended for as an intermediate grind spot for that place, I'm assuming. Now as of currently, in order to enter the Kratuga Ancient Ruins grind spot, you either need a Black Spirit Claw piece or a Unsealed Rune Slate, so I believe also if you have a compass that will work as well. And after the door has been opened in Kratuga Ancient Ruins, not only yourself but other adventurers can also go into the grind spot for a limited amount of time. And yeah, from my experience, what people would grind this grind spot would be mainly for the new crystal, which is the Crystal of Alkar. Now this crystal is essentially a better BMC precision crystal, because it gives you 12 accuracy and 10 ignore all resistance. The base material for crafting this crystal is dropped this new grind spot, and the crystals you essentially need apart from that is one of the BMC precisions, 2 Forest Furies and 10 magical shards. Now looking at the money per hour at this grind spot, it doesn't look like it's nearly as comparable to Ackman Histria. The trash loot, I believe, is only worth 8,000 silver each, and is essentially the same drop rate, like with loot scroll and without loot scroll, as Histria, I believe. So you do earn significantly less money in terms of trash wise, but there's also a mini game you can kind of play where you have a 10% chance to get a Layden's Power Stone at the end. Before it was 100% in KR, but I'm pretty sure they nerfed that, and they also reduced the drop rate of tongue rat earrings by around about 30% as well. So essentially how this minigame works is there's 3 stages. The first and second stage have limited time where you need to kill certain elite mobs, and the last stage, which is stage 3, you need to kill Layden. At the end, Layden has a relatively high chance to drop the Layden's Power Stone, which is similar to the Ogre Ring. I'll put a video in the description down below highlighting which shows you kind of how the minigame or how the minigame works. So yeah. Alright, after that we'll go through the system updates. Now there's some interesting and pretty big system updates today. First one is you can now stack crates on your mount to the maximum limit. So this is essentially around 7,000 crates. You can just, instead of having to manually stack them on your mount, which can take a bit of time, you can now just place all the crates you have on top of your mount in one single movement, I believe. So yeah, that's a really nice quality of life change, and this is only affected for land mounts only, so be aware of that. Apart from that, group 4 and 5 had been added to the pets list, so before you only had 3 groups of preset pets, now you can have 5. And now you can check the storage through your main and butler, even when they're on cooldown mode as well. Alright, now we'll just quickly go through the class changes. For warrior, they changed the head chase 1, 2, and 3 skills to 1 skill, so only had head chase, and the extra skill points you have in those skills will be returned to your skill points. And apart from that, they added a new awakening skill called Frenzy Strikes 1, 2, and 3. So yep, for Ranger, they fixed the issue where attack range increase was included in the skill description of Absolute Evasive Explosion Shot. And they also, for Shy next, Shies can now ride wagons and camels. And apart from that, it looks like they've made some changes to Shy's buffs or skills with Misty Haze, 12-3, Quick 2, Hop 3. These skills were applying Shy's DP abnormally, so in the developer comment here they said that therefore they've restricted the skill effect application. Later we verified that these skills had some issues and adjustments were made so that using these skills will not activate any buff effect. And the way these skills buff is applied can be changed with adjustments, and we'll notify you about these changes with the update notes. We will try our best to fix the issue as soon as possible, and we apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you. So there you go, guys. So yeah, that's about the class changes for this week. Now we'll move on to the item changes, where the workload for worker nodes have been doubled. I believe this essentially means that goblins would probably be the best worker, where goblins have the fastest work speed, but they also have the lowest stamina. But I guess now that they doubled the workload, goblins will run out of stamina a lot less, since the node takes longer to complete each cycle. Apart from that, they added a new drought, which is called the Celerity Drought and the Unbridled Celerity Drought, and these are used for training. So I haven't seen this item yet. It could be I'm assuming this is for mount training, correct? Apart from that, they made some changes at Miramok Ruins, where the debuff that the mobs inflicts after they explode would be applied properly, and they fixed the issue where the boss summoned by using the Awakened Boss Summon Scrolls wouldn't disappear after 30 minutes. Alright, so after this, there's a big change or update come in, which is the UI revamp. So the developers have applied the user interface from console systems, I believe, and mobile partially, to the main PC client. And so they've reworked a lot of the UI, including some of these things here: maid/butler, party, escape menu, like name change, mail, storage, dark rift, item drops. So a lot of this stuff has been changed, and I'll attach some of the screenshots linked in the patch notes on screen for you now. You can have a look at them. And apart from that, they also increased the amount of mounts you can view in your storage UI, as well as your wharf UI. From my general opinion, players are unfamiliar, or they're not really that used to this UI. Some of the community doesn't really like this UI that much. But hopefully, there is an option to kind of switch back to the old UI if you don't prefer UI too much. And yeah, apart from that, they also added a new warning message from Black Spirit, where if you're using relatively high stacks on item, you probably shouldn't be. The Black Spirit will send you a warning message to ask if you really want to do this. Apart from that, they've also increased the chopping, heating, processing skills to 3 slots for chopping and 4 slots for melting or heating. Yeah, I'll just lastly go over any noticeable changes. So they added the new price change graph to the central marketplace on the web browser version, and now the worker exchange level has been changed to display each of the workers level, and I believe you can also now roll workers and go for the desired grade. So either if you want a professional artisan, you don't need to constantly click that button again. They've also made it so you can edit the stamina bar in your UI edit mode. And apart from that, they remove some items from the guild shop, such as the Old Flame Tower, Old Hawacha for Old Flame Tower, Old Hawacha arrows, since these items weren't really popular. It says here these items in the guild storage or character inventory cannot be used anymore, so they removed these items from the game, I believe. They also made it so that the Wakitoshi on Wada Island and Ilia Island were fixed, so you can now exchange the correct amount, the Marnie stones, the grade 2 Marnie stones, whereas before probably couldn't. So yeah, I think that's most of the major updates for the patch notes. Now I'll just quickly go through the Pearl Shop updates. So the first item here is the Halloween mystery box for 990 pearls. And as you can see in the image on the screen, you have a chance to get several items listed here. The highest chance items are to get the 20 Artisan Memories and 16 inventory expansion coupons. So yep, if you feel like you want to play around some loot boxes, feel free to spend some pearls on this. The next item is the Lucky Fortune Pack, so this is a loot scroll bundle. It's for 1250 pearls, and you get a 15-day Karma Blessing and 15 loot scrolls. So this was like the original loot scroll bundle, but the only thing here, you can only purchase one max per family, so definitely setting a limit on the number of loot scrolls you can buy. The next item after that is the Mount Growth Pack. This is for 3,700 pearls, it's 17% off, and it contains one premium horse appearance change coupon, 3 mount skill change coupons, mount all skill training coupon, horse breeding reset for female, and 11 extra mount XP scrolls, and it's a max of 1 purchase per family. Now, in terms of costumes, for a limited amount of time, you can now get the Crimson Knight Shadow outfit. This was the original outfit I used for my wizard. It looks really nice, especially if you dye it a little bit, and this outfit is available for all male classes, apart from Archer. And for the female class, they have the Demonic Queen outfit set and the Angelic Queen outfit set. And this outfit is available to all classes apart from La and Shy, and these costumes are 2,200 pearls. Now apart from that, you can also get your Petro, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's basically a transaction butler, it's like a maid, for 1,200 pearls. There's also a limited time skeletal horse set for 2,000 pearls, and this will be available until November the 6th. Lastly, you can also get your Halloween furniture props. This includes 2 new juke boxes as well for 1,000 pearls each. So yeah, that's about it for the Pearl Shop updates. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any feedback or things I can improve with the weekly patch notes discussion, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Apart from that, I wish you guys a lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.